So hi guys. Good morning everyone. Very good morning to everyone, and welcome to this midweek market review with me. My name is Geoffrey. You also know me as Wall Street Papi. So welcome to this midweek market review. So basically, what we do in this market midweek market review is being able to review some of the pairs and the setups that I have been watching out for since the start of the week. In the start of the week, I started off with a weekly market outlook that I shared across various and majority of these setups. And today's midweek market review is more of just to see how some of the setups are progressing on, what we need to do in terms of like the trade management and any in terms of like anything that probably updates you need on the various pairs. I got you with that, and I am ready to share with you on that. So starting off, we have GBP USD. We have been literally looking for quite some potential shots on GBP USD for quite a while since the start of the week on Monday. And I remember I even shared the analysis right here on the private Discord here for chess. Consider this was on the 3rd of February. So anticipate a potential drop from this high, and the target is at the next demand at 1.35600. Did I share these on 3rd? And also we had for NZD USD as well, of which I'll show you how prices have unfolded for these two pairs, among the very many other pairs that I had mentioned about and talked about. So I didn't do like the write-up analysis of all of them, but I did the video analysis of all of them and the market outlook video right here. If you come to this area here, then if you come to this area here, you click on this. You can find it right here on YouTube. So this is that video right here. Okay. So this is that video. Feel free to go check it out. Okay, so this is that video. This is that video. Feel free to go and check it out. All right. So we have that. So I released this. These were just like 2 days ago. That was on Monday. I think Monday or Tuesday. Uh yeah. So I shared this with the trading community, right? And this is also NZUSD. So we're gonna go into those deeper into those various setups. So starting off, we have GBP USD. So for GBP USD, these was the highs that I was working with. So from these highs here, and price from these lower highs, then we had price when it is anticipating if price doesn't break this, then expect a push to the upside. But instead, price pushed slightly higher here. Then now we saw the anticipated drop, and now you're seeing price coming all the way down to this demand at 1.35590 areas. So it's something to closely observe and see how price gets to react to this one. But sentiment was quite right. The bias was also quite right on this one. So that price took out this high, formed a higher high here. Then now you're seeing this whole momentum. So currently we are about 1.36,000. So we are closely approaching the target areas of 1.35590 areas. All right. So we have that. Then these on the 1 hour. If you come to the 4 hour time frame as well, you can easily get to see that clearly. We are pushing all the way down to these levels. We are pushing all the way down to these levels down here. All right. So we have that. Let's wait and see how price gets to react to this. Very, very close towards the target area. Then we have this is Euro USD. So for Euro USD, we saw price drop back into this demand. For this one, I'm expecting to see a potential bullish reversal from this demand area here because this is a very key area of demand. So now that price is tapping this area, I'd be looking out for a potential bullish reversal on this one, and to see price pushing from here. Today we do have interest rates released for both by the Bank of England and the European Central Bank for both the euro and for both the euro and the GBP. So that will be happening during New York session. So it's something to closely observe and see how price gets to react on those various pairs. Then we have NZD USD as well, a pair that you're still holding the cells. So there is NZD USD. So you can see these are very clear. These are very clear push to. These are very clear push to the downside, right? So these are very clear push to the downside. We had the bearish reversal happening. We had the bearish reversal happening. This is a very key area of supply based on the daily. So you start off from the daily time frame. This is what you have on the daily, I mean, from the daily time frame. Okay. So from this supply all the way down to this demand. Actually, it's all the way down to this demand. Then from this demand all the way back to this supply, that range was filled. Then you had again from this demand all the way back to this supply, that range was filled. All right. So with this one here, this is on the daily. So now we saw a push to the downside, a retest of supply. Now what you're expecting is a potential continuation of the drop lower and prices coming back to these areas of 0.58 for 100 areas. 58 for 100 or 58 500 areas. Right? So we have that. Let's wait and see how price gets to. Let's wait and see how price gets to react to. Let's wait and see how price gets to react to this. Right? On NZD USD. So if you come to the 4-hour time frame now, you can see it better. So what I'd want to see here in terms of like scenario is a new low formed, then a retest, because now here we will have a break of structure based off this. Okay, here we'll have a break of structure. So a retest, then continuation of the drop lower all the way down to these areas of 0.58 for 100. All right, 0.58 for 100 areas, majorly because our working range is from this demand all the way to the supply. Then you're from this supply all the way down to this demand like that. All right. So we have that. Um let's wait and see how price gets to react to that. Okay. Then we have that is on NZD USD. Let's have a look at USD CAD and USD CHF. So here you have USD CAD. You can see price is still pushing to the upside. So our working range has been from this supply all the way down to this level here. Then from this demand all the way had a push to the upside. Price formed a higher low, because I was anticipating the retest to come till this area here, but instead formed a higher low here. Then now you're seeing price push to the upside. I'm anticipating to see price rally all the way to these areas of 1.37 for 50 for price to eventually get to full to feel that for price to eventually to get to fill that range, right? So for price to eventually get to fill that range, I am looking at prices coming to for price to fill this range, I'm looking at prices coming back to these areas of 1.37 for 50 areas. All right. So let's wait and see how price gets to react to this. Then we have yeah, we have that on USD CAD. Then now we can have a look at USD CHF. Let's see what you have on USD CHF. So USD CHF. So there is USD CHF as well. For USD CHF, this is what you have. Currently, this is what we are looking at. This is on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, this is on the 4-hour time frame. Now, here you can see price broke below a very key area of interest, which is this. Price broke below a very key area of interest, which is this area here. Okay. This demand. Then we saw price drop all the way to these lows here. All right. So it's within this area. Then we see a push to the upside. So our working range now becomes from this broken demand. And when this demand was broken, it was not retested as a new supply. So when price comes back to that area, we are looking at that area being a fresh supply. All right. We are looking at that area being a fresh. We are looking at that area being a fresh supply. So we had price from a higher high here, 0.78 thousand. A slight retracement then. What I'm expecting to see is price push all the way to these areas of 0.78. 0.78590 areas, all right? 0.78590 areas. So we have that. Let's get to check out that one on USD CHF. So still expecting to see price keep pushing higher, all right? So we have that on USD CHF, and you can see these on the 4-hour time frame. If you even check the daily, there it is on the daily. Okay. So even on the daily, this is what we have. So we are looking or anticipating to see price at least come back to this zone because now we had a very clear range within this demand. Okay, within this, we had a very clear range within this demand. Like that. Okay. So the moment price broke below this demand, because this is a very key area of demand, we are looking at price coming to this area. Okay, we're looking at price coming to these areas of 0.78590 or even 600 areas. All right. So we have that. Let's wait. Let's wait and see how price gets to react to that. Then we can have a look at that is for USD CHF. Then let's have a look at Euro GBP. There is Euro GBP, a very strong push to the upside. So for this one, we've been waiting for price to see price. For this one, we had price really consolidate in this demand, and this is a very key area of demand, even on the 4-hour, both on the 4-hour and the daily. Okay, because this is what you have. So on the 4-hour, we've seen this demand on multiple times, and this demand has held. All right. So you can see here we had a bit of consolidation, then price eventually pushed up so strongly. Okay. So for this one, the range has been from this supply all the way down to this demand, from this demand all the way to this supply, from this supply, coming back to this demand, from this demand, we have a push to the upside. So I was anticipating a retest of this area at 0.86 for 40, but price has missed out of that one. So we will expect to see price we will expect to see price we will expect to see price keep pushing to the upside all the way to these areas of 0.87380 areas. All right, 0.87380 areas. So let's wait and see how price reacts to this, because we're looking at price pushing to this area here. Right. So we have that there on Euro GBP. All right, and this is a very key area based on the 4-hour and the daily time frame. All right, 4-hour and the daily time frame. So that is on Euro GBP. Then we can have a look at oil. We have both US oil and UK oil. So there is US oil, and here is UK. Here is UK oil. Okay, there is US oil, here is UK oil. So for UK oil, we saw price rally all the way to these areas up here. Okay, we saw price rally all the way to these areas up here. So these areas of 70, all right, till here. We have these areas here, these areas here. So price tapped into these areas that is slightly above this supply. Then now we saw price push to the downside, then has come back to this area. So ideally, I want to see price push to the downside. Okay, ideally, because again, the whole range from this supply all the way down to this demand was filled. So again, from this demand all the way to this supply was filled. So ideally, I'd expect to see a potential bearish reversal at this area here, right? So let's wait and see how price gets to react to these and these on the 4 hour. If we come to the daily, on the daily, this is what we have. Okay, on the daily, this is what you have. So you can see we had a very strong bearish engulfing, then price rallies back. So at these areas here, let's wait and see how price gets to. On these areas here, let's wait and see how price gets to react to this. All right. So we have that. Then for US oil, it's the same thing. So for US oil, we had a very strong drop from this supply all the way down to this demand. Then from this demand, a push back to this supply. That range was filled. Then now you're seeing a strong push to the downside. So this one you might see price just drop back to this demand at 62, sorry, at 62.60. You might see price coming back to these areas. 62 point 62 point huh. Yeah, 62 point at 62.60 within these areas here. Okay, 62.60 within these areas here. So let's wait and see how price gets to react to this. I'm expecting to see a potential push to the downside like that. All right, then we have yeah, this is US oil. Then you can have a look at the indices, NAS and US 30. So here you can see here we have Nasdaq, and this Nasdaq on the daily time frame. So you can see from this on the daily time frame is that. Huh. So you can see from here, like on the daily time frame, this is what we've been having. So price has been reacting from this level of demand at 25,030 areas multiple times. You can see the number of times price has reacted from this area here. So each time we've seen very strong push to the upside, very strong push to the upside, very strong push to the upside. So when price is back at this area now on the daily, let's see how the 4 hour looks like. On the 4 hour, you can see the kind of reactions we're seeing. So ideally, I would expect to see a potential bullish reversal from here. Okay, ideally, I will expect to see a potential bullish reversal from this area here. All right. Then you see something strong rally back to these areas of 25,700. All right. So that is what I'd expect to see, a strong rally back to the areas of 25,700 areas. All right. That is on NAS. Then for US 30. Hmm, for US 30, there it is. As well, for this one, you've seen price ranging. Price has been ranging between these all-time highs. Okay, these all-time highs, like that, and this demand. Okay, we've been ranging between those all-time highs and demand, the all-time highs and demand, like that. Okay, so from this highs to this demand, then back to this, like that. So we've just been ranging within this area here. Okay. So even this one, you might see a slight push to back to this demand before now you see a potential rally to the upside, right? So let's wait and see how price gets to. Let's wait and see how price gets to react to this one on your starting. So still expecting to see that push to, still expecting to see that push to the downside. Then we can have a look at silver. There is silver. So for silver, you can see we were anticipating. We had this area here, a push to the upside, then you had a very strong drop, pushing prices all the way down. And you might see price drop all the way down to, might see prices drop all the way down to 72.15045 areas. All right, 72.15045 areas is the next key area of interest. So let's wait and see how price gets to react to this. But you're expecting to see, now that we have invalidated and broken below this demand, we expect to see price push lower all the way to these areas of 72.15045 areas. All right, so let's see how price gets to. Let's see how price gets to react to that. All right. So probably a sneak peek on gold as well. Let's see what we have. Uh, let's see what we have. Uh, yeah, on this one as well, it has actually gotten to these. This is a very key area of interest. This was a very key area of interest as we had price rallying from this demand all the way to this supply of 5,070. Then now we have a push below a retest of this, so expect to see price push to the downside, at least back to these areas of 4,600. Right, back to these areas of 4,600. So that is how I'm looking at this. All right, that is how I'm looking at this. So let's wait and see how price gets to react to these. I'm expecting a potential bearish push back to these areas of 4,600. As long as at least we are below these, we know we are still in some bearish region. If price broke above this, because now the mid range, I mean the full range is from this demand all the way to these highs and back to this demand. But now here, this is the mid range. Okay, this area here, this is the mid range. So as long as we're below the mid range, we're still in bearish region. So we're expecting to see a potential bearish push to the downside, right? So that is what you have, and that's it from me. Observe and make your decisions. Observe and make your decisions carefully. All right, on this one, observe and make your decisions carefully, so you're able to trade. You're able to trade cautiously. All right. So with that, guys, let's wait for the afternoon for the ECB and the Bank of England to release their interest rates. Then we get to see how the various pairs we've discussed have materialized. All right. So with that, again, like I've said, don't forget to go check out, to go like, share, and subscribe. You'll find this video here. You'll also find the blog right here. All right, you'll have access to the blog right here. This is capitalke.blogspot.com, and you can easily get to find all these analyses and videos right here. All right. So I'd like to wish you guys a very great rest of your week. Cheers, everyone. Stay blessed and stay financially literate. And I'll see you on the next one. So cheers, guys.